everyone, Nerdy checking in for another episode here on my Let's Play world. Today guys, I am starting over here in my iron farm because I've been doing a little bit of AFK trying to get my iron supplies up, and I think I've done a pretty good job. We have nearly a chest full there. Oh, I haven't checked this in a while, and we have even more, which is amazing. Also, there you go. You absolutely gorgeous creature. Anyway, I think this panda right here is going to become the mascot of this area. Problem is, I still don't know what to call it. So, pending further something with that. But today, guys, I am going to continue with my absolutely insane storage system, which is why I was trying to get my iron reserve up. And I've already done a little bit of work. Oh, hello there, slime. Anyway, I've been doing a little bit of work, as you could already see from the lily pads, but I have another thing that I want to show you really quick. So, as you guys know, I'm going to have my little display room thingamajigs, and I have done a little bit of catching. I have caught, I think, a total of 10 of these beautiful, annoying pain in the butts. I have 10 of these phantoms, and as you can tell, they're called silenced. All of them are. That's why they're not making their horrible shrieks. I installed a data pack from Exuma Void's website, and it is something to the effect of silence me, silence, that sort of thing. And you can take and name these guys Silence Me, and then they don't make their horrible sounds, and it's actually amazing. So I've got them, and I plan on putting them in one of these lower rooms. But I also wanted to show you guys this. I have been going pretty crazy trying to get this pathway a little bit more finished. So this is only about 2 layers of detail. I want to get a couple more. As you can tell, I haven't added in the grass or anything, and I also want to bring in some like armor stand shenanigan things. So I hope to be able to get that done in this episode. And as you guys can tell, slimes are starting to drive me nuts. Anyway, I've gone ahead and I've added in some bamboo around the edges, and I think that really brings out kind of that overgrown, this place hasn't been touched in a while type of feel that the leaves only partially got across. So I'm really liking it. I'm liking the transition of the leaf colors. I'm going to continue to do that around the edges, kind of have sections that are a completely different leaf type to try to indicate that there's, like, you know, a variety of plants in this area. But I have something else to show you guys. I have a lot of things that I've been working on. So, up here on the top of these areas, I have been working on marking out exactly how much of the stone I'm going to have to get rid of around the edges in order to fit my storage system. And this is the one that I've done the most. I've brought it down by a full layer. I only have, what, 4 more to go on this side? Yeah. This storage system is absolutely insane. But, I think I'm going to take and work on that in the background because, goodness heck, I'm sick of digging. I'm so sick of digging. And I want to actually be able to work on more things like this. Detailing and adding in little things like pulling in pretty much all of the lily pads that I have to my name. I actually might go back and re-employ my AFK Fisher before 1.16 comes out, just so I can get more lily pads. Silliest thing to be working towards getting, but honestly, I want all the lily pads because I actually kind of want a way to kind of leapfrog my way around the storage system if I was actually good at it. And be able to just, you know, hop around and just have that as a thing. Also, why the heck are there so many slimes all of a sudden? Guys, I'm trying to record. Go away. Anyway, I also want to attempt a flush piston door, I think is what they're called, over in this vicinity. I think it was this vicinity. I checked out most of this place with my camera account so I wouldn't just straight up run into lava. And I want to be able to move my existing storage room that is, you know, an absolute pigsty. I want to be able to move this down into a small underground area so that I can keep this as, you know, kind of a memento of, hey, this is just my place. Also, Beakley here has been silenced as well, so no more annoying parrot sounds. But I still get the cute little parrot. Anyway, that's a tangent and a half. So, I do plan on moving this place at some point in the future. I also managed to get myself another villager. This one's called Testing because he wouldn't pick things up. And he is a farmer who gives me golden carrots so that I can quit using my automatic chicken farm. So I might actually be able to rip that out as well because this little hill right here, I can English. Goodness gracious. Anyway, this little hill right here was never intended to stay. It was just kind of a spot where I could, you know, have a campfire, throw down a couple chests. I know I had a bed there once upon a time, have my AFK fisher, and just, you know, be here. Also, apparently I have more heads and more chicken than I think I'll ever end up using. So, you know, that's a thing. But this may get ripped down in this episode. I may leave it for a little bit just so I can get more lily pads. But that is the state of everything. So I think what I want to do now is I actually want to attempt to finish up the first layer of detailing on this path right here, which is adding in all of these different blocks, coming in, adding more glowstone as needed. I also need to get more lime carpet, so I'm thinking about making a quick and dirty wool farm that I can dye these sheep this green color, just so I can get plenty of carpet to be able to finish that up. Also, I need to move this bed. That does not exist anymore. Anyway, so I think I'm going to catch you guys once I have that first layer of detail down. Alright everyone, it has been a couple of hours and I have to say I'm pretty pleased with my progress. I have added a few more leaves around to this area. I've gone through and I've added in a bunch of grass and some flowers and some bamboo, and I have to say I really like it. I love the way that this is starting to come across and feel, and it's just so it's exactly what I wanted. Because what the initial thought was is this outer layer is going to be just completely overgrown, completely vined over, leafed over, just this, completely coated in greenery and stuff. And then as soon as you walk into the storage room, it's crisp, clean, neat, and eventually I'll have like workstations and stuff in the middle, so it's also highly useful. And then as soon as you walk back out of it, you're instantly like plunged into the center of a jungle again. So I really like that feel, and I think I've been able to pull it off pretty well. So I have to say I'm super excited with this, but I actually want to move on from the outer detailing. Hi, Fox. Oh, hi, that's a zombie. As you can tell, my mob spawning skills are on point. So, okay, that's taken care of. Anyway, let's move on. More slimes. I swear there's always slimes here. To move on from mobs and my frustrations, there's a kitty, and it's adorable. And I'm being shoved again. Better. Anyway, I actually want to move on from working on this outer bit and doing the pathway and everything, because even though it's done, it's still driving me nuts because I've got places like this where I forgot to bring down the wood by 1 block, so now I have to go around the entire edge of this thing and replace things, and so yeah, I'm gonna move on from that, and I actually want to move on to these rooms here. So I, for that, need to go back to the redstone and everything over on these storage module thingamabobs. So for that, and to properly explain what I'm going to be doing, I need to pop over into a test world. Alright everyone, here we are in a creative version of my Let's Play world. As you can tell, phenomenal job loading in. Anyway, this is one that I took before I started working on all the detailing and everything, so yeah, little bit ago, but I loaded this up and made it so that I could work on this. So I've been kind of with the idea that I would have a hopper line going where I have this water stream, because I couldn't figure out how to make it that items would be able to slide along properly when I have to have this break right here in the middle of it. But as you can see, I did a smart and I used chests right here, and that aligns the item on this side of the hopper fully. Like if we take and go over here and just go cute, and then whoop, see, it goes right along the edge, and so it's able to hug onto that blue ice and have the speed of it while still like that I can have, yeah, I can do brain things. But anyway, with me taking and switching from the hopper line to this chestier system, this does mean that I'm going to save on a lot of iron, which is going to be really, really nice. But this also means that I might be able to raise the entire thing by 1 block, because originally I thought that I was going to have this line of hoppers right here, and then I would also have the line of hoppers right here. So I had to have my hopper line for this a block down so that this one wouldn't steal from these hoppers, and hopefully that made half an ounce of sense. But where I have this, I could actually raise this entire system up by 1, and that would mean pulling out all of the redstone that I have right here, which kind of sucks, but I could do it easy. Beeping cars. Anyway, so I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to take and go back to my Let's Play world and rip out all the redstone that I have and then raise this entire thing by 1 block, because that would also mean that I could put the blue ice where these chests are, and these chests actually didn't interfere with any of the blocks that I had. The only problem with that though is I do then have to have a line of chests underneath these ones, so I won't get quite the amount of backlighting as before unless I put the glowstone right here, which I totally could do and still might. But yeah, little bit complicated. Hopefully it made sense. And yeah, I think that's what I want to do right now, is I want to go and, oh, I don't have an elytra on. I want to go and see if I can make this kind of setup, but in survival. So I'm going to catch you guys when I have that sort of figured out. Except I won't be, because procrastination happened and I started another project. So guys, this is massively off topic from the rest of the video, but you know, so am I. I've been working on these giant guideline things, and I have one to show you over there in a minute. But I got looking over here, and I don't think I've ever seen a dark oak tree in a swamp biome. And I don't know. It kind of works. I don't know how to feel about that. Also, I found a witch hut. So, you know, that's pretty... I can English. That's pretty good. We can probably eventually turn that into some form of witch farm. I don't really know how they work, but it wouldn't need to be anything too fancy, just something to get a little bit of glowstone every now and then, because that's probably all I would use from it. But anyway, since we are on this very off-topic tangent, I've been working on these guidelines that are way out in the middle of nowhere, and I had a full inventory about 5 minutes ago. No longer. I think I've already used like 9 stacks. It's pretty nuts. But this one right here, that's probably making my recording horrible because the poor world is having such a hard time loading it. This thing took me like 2 days and about 4 inventories worth of stone. And it's really big. It's absolutely gigantic. I can't wait until I can get myself a better computer so I can up the render distance to just insanity mode, because there's no possible way that I can get this entire thing to render without killing my computer. But I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy with this size. Like, I'm kind of kicking myself because I think I should have made it probably about 2/3 the size instead of this, but this also means I have so much room to play with, and I'm so excited about it because we're going to be able to have a full-blown mine set up over here, and this part of the mountain will hopefully come on the outside of the other mountain, and just, yeah, I'm so excited for this. So that's the end of that tangent. Let's get back to actually, like, you know, building the storage room that's only taking me 4 months. If you haven't figured out yet, we don't go back to the storage room. I didn't. Alright, everyone. I have now completed the second guideline guardrail thingamajig instead of actually going and working on my storage system because I can't stand to stare at it, and this is actually a really important piece of getting this mountain done and laid out, is getting out these outer boundaries, because I've been focusing so much on the center that I just kind of completely forgot about all of the edge bits. And then I started having all of these wonderful thoughts about it. But anyway, before I dive into that and start explaining, I have a village over here. As you can see in the top corner of my screen, I have bad omen. I'm bored. I'm going to make a horrible decision and go near a villager. So a little while back, I actually screwed up really, really bad and got bad omen, didn't think about it, and went near my mending villager and didn't realize that he could be seen from the outside of the base, which actually sucked a ton because I ended up losing him, but I've since then better protected all of my other ones. So this should be a cinch. It should be really simple to just wipe out all of these guys. Yep, there we go. This is editing me. I decided to do this in clips because this fight took me an hour. Oh, lovely, and they're all trapped anyway. Alright, really quick though, I need some rockets, so I'm just gonna bop in here and grab some. Oh, rude. Well, we seem to have our first lucky contestant. He should be coming back up any second now. Oh yeah, those guys are probably attempting... Oh, hi. Hey, rude. Thank you. Oh, they hit kind of hard. Oh gosh, she still hit me. Oh goodness. The Ravagers are terrifying. I wonder if I should catch one. I wonder if I can catch him. Post-editing me here. That was a really bad idea, let's just say that. Can I catch him in a boat? Answer, resounding no. You fart! Alright, well that puts a bit of a kink in my plans. Oh! I just got his head. And this is what happens when you are a distracted person. That actually looks really, really cool though. Nice. Would you quit moving? That was a very lucky shot, that one was. Thank you. Ended up winning the raid, but I'm gonna cut it here because this episode is already extremely long. You guys thought you had seen the last of this place, didn't ya? Well, so did I. But I was wrong because I came over here to do some checking up on this wonderful, wonderful iron farm, and I noticed that the rates had dropped significantly. We've only made this much in the same amount of time that we made nearly a row of blocks, so I got really concerned. I thought that something was going wrong, like an iron golem had spawned where it wasn't supposed to, something like that. So I'm going to fly too well for my own good. So I came up here and I did a little bit of checking, and as you can see from this wonderful dirt path, we have lost some villagers again. So yeah, this isn't the first time this has happened. I've actually lost this side of villagers twice now. Usually it's only one, so I didn't really think much of it, but this time it was all three all at once, and I got really confused, and I started thinking back, and lately I haven't been sleeping a ton so that I could get those phantoms, and I realized there were a couple of thunderstorms, and you know, there's still sky access, so I went over to my creative test world and found out that lightning will strike villagers through a half slab. So yeah, that meant that all of my half slabbage over these guys was entirely useless. So I just went and added another layer of stone, and then I put slabs on top of that to prevent iron golem spawns. But yeah, the rates have been very significantly reduced, and I don't like that because I've been blowing through stacks upon stacks of iron trying to get this jungle cleared out. So as you can tell, I've got the tiniest amount ever right over here. This area that has absolutely no torches. That took me about half an hour to an hour. It's been a while. It's been quite a little while, and it's starting to drive me nuts because this entire forest pretty much needs to go, and it's just gigantic. So yeah, I really need to have that supply of iron so that I can get rid of the bushes and trees and such down on the jungle floor. And yeah, so that's been about the state of me and this at the moment. But oh, that's an interesting renderage of that. Anyway, I took and was on a voice call chit-chatting with one of my friends, set up this wonderful dirt path again to hopefully be able to transport a couple more villagers into this area right here. I'm not going to record any audio, but I may have a sped up clip of me getting them in for just in case something interesting happens, because I've only done this 10,500 times. So of course, as is tradition for me, I'm gonna test it on myself first. So I do need to change this. You kidding me, right? There we go. Alright, I'm gonna switch this out for a powered rail, and then add a torch, and then go a boop and a boop and a boop. There we go. Perfect. So my hope is that I have these spaced out just enough that you can still get up. Nope, I didn't. I screwed up. Well, great. I'll have to go through and add in a couple more powered rails. I have a few left. So I'll add some. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good! Okay. Everything's good. Everything's fine. We're just gonna pop a torch right there. Alright, everything's fine now. I should probably put something on top of... No, that should be fine. Alright. Alright, let me just go put in some more of these, and then I'll include the sped up version of me hopefully getting these guys transported. Alright guys, I didn't end up getting a decent recording of me transporting the villagers because it took me all of 10 minutes, so I decided against including that in the video because yeah, there was pretty much no point. If it was sped up, you couldn't tell that they were even moving. But I currently have all of the villagers back inside of here. You can see from down there, we have iron golems back in the system. I forgot a torch. That's fixed now. But, yeah, we have iron golems spawning. We've got 3 guys in here. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's 3 of them. And then there is, of course, the 3 on the other side. I can't get a good vantage point, and I'm just falling. But yeah, they're out there. They're safely in. And this farm is hopefully all good to go now. It's honestly, this daggum farm has been the bane of my existence for a while, guys, because it's constantly breaking on me, and it's not even because of game mechanics or anything. It's because I'm just being silly. Most of it is just that I'm being silly. Like, I don't want to get rid of the spirally bit, and I'm not going to. So, you know, there's the occasional iron golem that gets stuck. They typically pathfind off of the glass, which is really nice, but they'll get stuck. They'll stop it up for a while. We've lost the villagers like 5 times at this point. Hopefully we won't lose them again. Cross my fingers hoping that we won't lose them, but I am extremely happy because very, very shortly after I got those guys in, iron rates returned to normal, and we now have plenty of the stuff flowing in again. So yeah, that's pretty much this taken care of yet again. And eventually, yes, I'm going to have a better system for getting back here. Today is just not that day. So currently we just have that little thing right there. And then I do also plan on coming in and eventually tidying up this room, getting rid of like the grass, having something a little bit more concrete right here. Maybe actual concrete. That could look cool. Or maybe one would have thought that I would have thought of this ages ago. Yes, there are end rods under there. I had them. They were available. Oh, hello. That's a thing. Doing a little bit of building on camera right here. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. Poppy can go away. But then, boop, boop, boop. That honestly looks already so much better. Yeah, that was the boundary line that we were missing. I can do English, guys. I can definitely do English. I do want to go back in and add something to these leaves and to the back here, because it is still just a smidge plain. But I'm not entirely sure what to do, so we're going to call this completed for now until it breaks again. But I am actually quite pleased with this farm. So moving on from all things farms and things breaking, I have also been doing quite a bit more work on these guidelines. You can't really tell from here because it doesn't render this far out, but if we go clear over this away and have it slowly render in. Set up. It's a wandering trader llama. Anyway, yeah. Wandering traders seem to spawn up here and then meet their demise rather rapidly. But anyway, I have been doing a ton and a half of work on these guidelines, and I actually have 3/4 of this particular outer one put in. It's at Y level 100. Essentially what I want to do is get this entire thing entirely put in all the way around, and then take and kind of just use this to mark out the guidelines for lower down so that I can start working on the edges of the mountain. I've been focusing so much on the center of the mountain that it's honestly driving me insane, and I can't stand to think about it right now. So I've actually begun on a slightly more offset tangential point, which is the edges of the mountain, because I don't really want the city to go all the way to the edges. That just wouldn't make sense. Their buildings would be so restricted in height and everything that they just wouldn't. So my thought was, I can take and knock holes in the side of the mountain, because that would make sense for them to do that, to let in natural light so that plants can grow and things. And then take and have like support struts holding up these areas where they've knocked out mountain. And then using that, take and create like the farmland area of this mountain all around the edges, because it honestly just kind of makes sense in my head. Plus, I think it would look really, really pretty. Of course, it wouldn't go all the way around, because I still have the ocean on that other side, and I don't plan on having any of the mountain actually extending down into the water. I actually plan on kind of cleaning up that ocean and adding in that extra little bit of detail, and then having a port there that will eventually connect up to another build that I have planned way off in the distance, that-ish way. So I'm hoping that will come in the nearest to soon future. Not entirely sure. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. But yeah, I think this is actually where I'm going to cut off this episode for today. I know I didn't really get any progress done on the storage system, but we did get a decent amount of random assorted bits of project progress done. Guy? Hello? Thank you? Anyway, we have gotten a couple of random bits of progress done, and I am actually really pleased with what I'm being able to get done here. And as I've been kind of just sitting back and strolling through this area, I am so absolutely hyped. I'm so excited to get this thing done. So I'm hopefully going to be able to do kind of a megasode next, where I just take and I don't release an episode for a while, and I just crash out as much progress as I can. So that's kind of my plans at the moment. I hope that they will work out, but for now, that's going to be everything from me. So if you enjoyed the episode, please drop a like, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my content, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of my episodes, because I absolutely love being able to read your guys' opinions on the episodes, your thoughts, and essentially what you find funny about them. So definitely do that, and yeah. Oh, hi! We're being attacked. We're being attacked. We're being attacked. All right. I'm gonna sign off. Nerdy out.